Welcome to the hunt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Huntcast Podcast. I'm Greg. That's Doug. Today is the 15th of September.
Yes.
20 days to the archery opener here in Pennsylvania.
Yep.
We have the countdown at the shop now.
Yeah.
So last week, you're going to hear more about last weekend, next weekend, when Doug and I talk about where we were last weekend.
Yeah.
But this week, we got a special guest coming up. There is a company called Brio Outdoors, and I happen to find these guys. I don't remember how I found them, if it was Facebook, but we, kind of looked at it, and I reached out to them, and we're going to introduce our special guest here in a second. Anything else? Any other tidbits that we're forgetting that's coming up like this?
No, other than my voice today. I was brush hogging at my camp for a couple days, so my voice is a little Barry White.
A little deep today.
It sound like Barry White, maybe. Yeah. Other than that, that's it.
Cool. So we got migratory birds in Pennsylvania. So you got geese in right now, early season. I think we talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, we did last week.
But so yeah, we're gonna jump right into this. So again, we're talking about Brio Outdoors, and this is a really cool product. And we're going to have Evan Sidwell, one of the co-founders. He is going to talk to us all about the Brio Outdoors product that they're launching. Evan, are you there?
Yeah. Hey, Greg.
How are you? So,
Thanks.
so absolutely glad to have you on. And let's jump right in to, let's talk to our viewers. What is the Brio Kitchen Box all about?
Yeah, I would love to. So Brio Kitchen Box, maybe I'll start with the product was inspired by my dad. When I was a kid, we did a ton of camping. He grew up as a cowboy through Idaho and into Canada. And we did a lot of outdoor activities as a family of five. And he got super tired of all of the packing and unpacking of equipment and gear and the disorganization, specifically around cooking. And so he created these camping boxes to stay more organized and get set up faster. So when I was camping myself, now that I'm an adult and going out into the bush, bringing totes and Rubbermaid bins full of stuff that was just so disorganized, I realized why he did it.
Yeah, right.
And Yeah. So I started to think, okay, well, what's a better system, and what else is out there? And didn't exactly see anything that I thought really hit the nail on the head. And so pitched the idea to two friends actually, one of whom's an industrial designer, and we went to work on the Brio Kitchen Box. So it's a modular storage solution for your cooking equipment that pops open into a full kitchen setup with, standard kitchen counter height, table wings, and a couple of legs that come down. So
awesome.
You can cook like you're at home.
Yeah. And it was funny because actually looking at, some of the pictures and the videos, having that ability to be at the right height, I think is key.
Yes.
You're not slouched over and trying to do a whole bunch of stuff
or
2 feet below your waist.
Yes. Or on the tailgate of your truck.
Right.
And so, that's ideal.
So you guys there's 3 partners, right? You have yourself and 2 of your buddies.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Awesome. So obviously the kitchen box, going off your website, load capacity of 100 pounds. That's pretty beefy.
Yeah.
For a kitchen box.
Yeah, no doubt.
Is there a reason you went that high on the load capacity?
Yeah, well, I think it more speaks to the fact that we just wanted to make it durable and something that would last, like, your classic Coleman 2-burner stove.
Mm-hmm.
Something that's going to stick with you for life. And so we just wanted to make it robust and capable of taking, whatever beating you put at it for a number of years.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's a one-time purchase, basically.
Right.
Yeah. Which is what everyone's looking for.
And so the cool part is the load capacity is 100 pounds, but it's a pretty lightweight unit at 27 pounds for, empty.
Yeah.
So that gives you the ability to be able to move it around pretty agilely.
Yeah,
if
pretty
that's
easy.
a word.
Pretty easy.
And I see here, there's no sharp corners.
Yeah. Yeah. With gear moving in and out of vehicles, and whether it's the flatbed of a truck, a little bit more durable, but some people are going to be putting it in the trunk of a car or sedan.
Sure.
And,
Yeah.
we don't want to be poking things and tearing up interiors or whatever. So we want to make sure it's safe as well.
Yeah. Yeah, because
So, yeah.
this isn't just necessarily for, the guys going out, hunting or hiking, whatever. This could be for, mom taking her kids to the beach for the day, right? And so, it's kind of, it's made to be handled by just about anybody.
Yeah, that's it, Doug. We want to, it speaks to really like our mission, and connecting even back to my dad and why he created it in the first place. He just wanted to get outside faster and enjoy nature more.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
continue to make memories. And, it's like, we all want that, whether it is the mom taking the kids to the beach or what, we just want to make it easier and faster for people to make the decision that, we're getting out there.
Yep.
Because nature is so good for us. So
Yeah.
however we can make that easier.
And the other thing too is everything is in one place. You're not scrambling as you're packing your car, or your truck. You forget something. You forget your propane bottles, you forget your tongs, your utensils, whatever it may be. Now everything that you need to cook and, for your kitchen is right there in the box. You're not scrambling, you're not looking, you're not forgetting anything. Everything is right there, which is nice.
Yeah, that's exactly it, man. Yeah, I went through this yesterday. I was kind of humming and hawing about getting up on a forest service road for loggers and parking by a river, and just for the day, just to get out and have a fire and cook some food. And I had the Brio box here, and so it nailed that for me. It's like, okay, I can just grab this. I know everything's in there.
That's it. Yeah.
I don't have to scramble. I can just grab it and go.
That's it. Yeah, that's huge.
Nice.
So
now let me ask you this. So obviously we know it's a kitchen box. Obviously the videos and pictures you guys have on both the website and the pre-launch and the Kickstarter page shows it in use for obviously a kitchen. Can it be used for other equipment?
Yeah, definitely. I think whatever people want to use it for, it's basically an organized storage solution for equipment. We've had cooking in mind for ourselves as like the problem or challenge, but whatever the use case is, we've thought about it. Potentially a good setup for fishing, and a place to gut and clean your fish, or I know this is the Huntcast podcast, so I wonder how it can play a role there as well.
Yeah,
sure. A lot of we've just thought about some, say, off-grid or forestry workers need to set up a camp real quick.
Yeah.
And cooking station, this is great for that too, or whatever else you need to do.
Yep.
Awesome. And that's so it's funny because I'm sitting here watching the video that you guys have on the Kickstarter page, where it's like a couple of the boxes not connected, but next to each other to make different, layouts with table. And so originally the reason I reached out to you guys, I had the thought of this being in a drift boat for our shore lunches. And the more I'm looking at it, now I see it, I can sit down and tie flies at this table.
Sure.
So that was where that question came from. But so it, like, this video was perfect because it shows, it looks like maybe 4 boxes. You tell me if I'm correct, when it's in like that full table design. So that, I mean, you can almost have like a dining room table at your campsite.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah, we designed them to stack and connect together because I know one box might be limiting for some, and depending on the size of the group. And so to be able to connect them in a variety of ways, whether it be stacking one on top of the other, or having them back to back, or one connected to the wing of the other for an L shape, or a U shape with 3. We wanted to make sure it was customizable and versatile for different outdoor kitchen setup needs.
Yeah, so it's very modular.
Yeah,
Which is cool.
and it's awesome. I mean, I've been staring at this video for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. So, Evan, as far as the company itself, do you guys build stuff in-house? Do you kind of, farm it out to a local manufacturer? What are you doing as far as the actual manufacturing?
Yeah, good question. So when we started to think about this about, let's say, 10 months ago. And since, let's say, January, we realized, this is our first product as a team, creating this together. We've all three of us worked in startup companies, and especially Louis, he's launched a Kickstarter before. So he was the one who really recommended we do that route of crowdfunding.
Okay.
And so we hired a consultant to help us with that. And they were going to help, including, with some searching for manufacturers.
Okay.
And so we went, so through them, we got a lot of guidance, and they really recommended the easiest thing at this point, at this stage for us, is to reach out to manufacturers in China.
Okay.
Because they've got some great systems set up that ensure, for one, quality. I know if it's made in China doesn't have a great name at times, but the new measures that we've put in place to ensure quality are there. And it was a super easy process for us to identify a manufacturer, and one that was willing to collaborate and put their engineers on the product as well. And so we're going to make a trip down there in November to ensure that everything is just enough and where we need it to be for a final product.
Okay. Nice. So when you say make a trip,
all that being said,
a trip to China?
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
Wow. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
just want to make sure, like I said, hands-on, be there in person.
Yeah.
Testing the hinges and working on the pin lock system that we're integrating now for the legs and the wings, and
right.
A number of different features. We just want to make sure that it's all exactly where it needs to be and as durable as we need it to be.
Okay.
And just doing all that over Zoom or something is too hard to do.
Yeah. No, listen, that says a lot. That should give people confidence, in the quality. If you're willing to go through, those measures to ensure quality, then I think that should, bring some confidence to people.
Yeah,
so
for
that's
sure.
a good deal.
Yeah, definitely.
And so,
I'll also add to this. We're willing to work with U.S. manufacturers as well, or Canadian ones. I know we've looked into it a little bit, but hadn't had any luck. So if you do have any U.S. manufacturers listening in on the call, we're open to working in different ways as well.
Okay, cool.
It's funny you say that. I don't know if he'll be listening to the episode, but I will definitely reach out to him. They're based out of Colorado, and I will reach out and get you guys connected and see if they can't do something to help you guys. That's an easy for sure. Yeah. So would love to. Yeah, no, like you say, that's easy. Coming from the years of experience I have in the industry, once in a while I have a good name in my pocket that I can call somebody.
Yeah,
but. So I'm watching the other video that you guys have here. So it's all when it's opening and the legs are out and the stove's on it. So inside the box, when it looks like there's 3 shelving spaces in there.
Yeah, actually, for that prototype, yes, and that's the one we've been showing off.
Okay.
However, that was our second prototype. Where we're going next is some further customization with a different shelving system that's going to allow for you to basically put a shelf where it's going to fit for your gear.
Okay.
So, gear comes in all shapes and sizes.
Sure.
Stoves do, and, or jet boils and pots and pans. And, it's hard to create a system that is one size fits all. So, we're going to create some customization, or we already have in the latest design. Our next product is
awesome.
Great,
awesome.
And actually, as I'm watching this video, something came to mind, and maybe you haven't thought about this, maybe you have, I don't know. Is this when this thing is closed up and broken down and closed up, ready to transport. Is it bear proof? Have you thought about that?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, it's something that we're going to need to put to the test.
Yeah.
We're, like I said, making it robust. It's going to be dust proof and
Okay.
water resistant. I don't want to say waterproof yet or watertight.
Right.
We've got, and then in this new model as well, we've got 2 openings. There's a lid that can come up, as well as the front door. And so we want to ensure that those 2 openings fully seal.
Yeah.
And so, whether that's renting a bear from getting in or dust, hopefully it's the same thing.
Yeah, right.
The box is made of primarily aluminum with some steel components for structure. So it'll be pretty robust.
Right.
We're gonna put it through the ringer in our testing here to make sure.
Okay, cool.
And you kind of answered my other question, because that's what I was about to bring up. So it is made out of aluminum, but I did see an email that you sent us that you reinforced some areas that needed to be reinforced for whatever you're doing with it with steel. So that's good. So is there a specific? So it looks like in the video that's an old Coleman stove, which everybody probably has one sitting somewhere in their garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What other stoves do you know currently that will fit in it the way it's configured?
Yeah, good question. So we figured that most stoves fit around the Coleman classic 2-burner size. So that's the example that we went off or ran with.
Okay.
So the main constraint is the width of the box is 23.5 inches. So if stove is under that width, then it's good. It'll fit.
Yeah.
Because you can adjust the stove up and down if you want, as needed for your stove.
Okay.
But I know some might be larger.
Okay. So I'm just trying to think in my head like a couple of the 2-burners that are out there besides Coleman, like Primus does one, Jetboil does one, and I think they're well under 2 feet wide, so it should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. There's that Jetboil one that has the 2 burners that fold into one, basically, for storage. Yeah. And I had somebody asking about that, and that does fit inside as well. With if you tilt it on the side, it'll.
Okay. Gotcha.
And Evan, so when do you anticipate these being available?
Yeah, so we are going to Kickstarter and launching in less than a month.
Okay.
Most likely on October 1st here. And so once that happens, like I said, we will go to China in November. So after the launch and after the campaign runs for about a month, we'll go and ensure that the product is where we need it to be and meets our needs, meets customers' needs. And then from there, they'll go through the manufacturing process and a production run through the winter.
Okay.
We'll do quality assurance early spring, deliver a seed can or 2 through let's say late spring. And so the goal is to have these in people's hands around May or June.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. Summer.
Yeah, for the summer camping season.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. Cool. Excellent.
So I'm looking at now the still picture. So you've got the expandable wings, which are on both sides. You have the carry handle, obviously, so that people can move it around. Customizable interior shelving, hooks and hangers underneath one of the wings, or is it under both?
Yeah, it's under both, and maybe I can speak to that a little bit too.
Sure.
Something I'm excited about. So, I was mentioning how boxes can combine wing to wing, and what we're starting to integrate now is another feature or way to make an attachment with the same slot or connection point on the wing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That you can add let's say a cup holder attachment or a lantern post or a windscreen or some external hooks and hangers. It's a little bit more accessible. So the features are starting to build out here.
Nice.
Yeah, that will evolve, right? As you And once you get a prototype and you actually have it in front of you and you can touch it and feel it and you use it, those kind of things will evolve, and you're going to come up with ideas, and your partners will come up with something. You might get some feedback from, people that are using it or whatever. And I'm sure that, there's a million different things you could do with this in the future. And I think a lot of those options will just kind of evolve as time goes on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if you guys got any ideas, I'm all ears.
And we will definitely keep you posted on that. Like I said, that was what caught my eye was this, this would be perfect for a drift boat or drift raft, or, you guys are out west, so you're probably starting to see more rafts than boats, but out here it's still hard boats. And I think most guides that run, full day trips, this is the perfect scenario because, like I said, it's in a drift, in a hard boat, it's a little bit heavy, but in a raft, because they have the rear platform on the back of the raft where we would stick our coolers, this will fit there no problem.
Yeah.
I mean, they draft like 1 inch of water, so it doesn't matter, what kind of weight you have in it.
Right.
And I think that's, what caught my eye was like, man, if you're stopping for a shore lunch and you have this open and you cook and your clients are eating and there's a hatch that, is going on, keep some tying equipment you could tie right there on the bank. So, there's tons of things just looking at the picture that you guys have here that go through my mind as I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
So you have the expandable legs, adjustable feet, you can stack them and combine them, which we already talked about. Yeah, so I mean, this thing is solid just by the look of it, and exactly as Evan mentioned before, was his dad kind of had this idea, and we've all been through it. If you go outdoors at all, you have a box for this, a box for that, a box for this, a box for this. I know because we do a lot of backcountry, camping and hiking. You have to put your stove on a rock, and hopefully it doesn't fall over.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, this is the perfect scenario.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for the weight of it,
thanks, Greg. Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I'll add. Yeah, just when you're talking about pulling up on the bank, that's the image of the Brio box coming with you there and helping you just set up super quick. So I know that's what you got to do. Like, people are hungry. You're under pressure to get food out quickly. And so, for the legs to come down, wings to pop up, you pull the 2-burner stove out, and, we actually did a timer of how fast you could get to boiling water. And it takes a minute.
Wow.
To get it all going and ready. And, then to be able to have the spatula exactly where you need it, and, not rummaging through a bin for it.
Yeah.
That's exactly, that optimization is exactly what we want to put in place for people.
Yeah,
for sure.
And then I have a question about the legs, because as I'm looking at this and I'm thinking about it, so the legs are adjustable, right, for different heights?
Yeah.
So can you make like the back legs shorter than the front legs? So if you're on uneven terrain, you can kind of level it out, if that makes sense?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
The adjustable feet basically can move or shift 2 inches. So
okay, awesome.
And each one is independent. So
that's perfect.
A few screws, and then the actual foot is orbital as well. So
okay,
if you are slightly uneven ground in your spot, you can get some stability.
Yeah, because especially on a bank of a river, that always that perfect flat spot.
Right. Yeah. Finding that is like never.
So that's good.
Yeah, never.
Yeah.
And so now I'm looking at the dimensions, because something else popped in my head when you were talking about that. So you have 20.5 inches wide, 16 inches deep, 16 3/4 inches tall when it's closed, which is the dimensions that I was looking at.
Yeah.
So we know a lot of outfitters out west that run either donkeys or horses, and they have, haulers.
Yeah.
That will fit in a hauler.
No doubt.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if any of our friends that are Western hunting guides that run horses, start looking at Brio Outdoors, because this just solved all your problems for all your cooking needs.
Yeah, because this is the same size, if not smaller than a typical, 40, 48 quart Coleman cooler.
Yep.
So yeah, if you can get a cooler like that, then this will fit. No
Yeah,
problem.
no questions.
Yep.
So
Awesome.
sweet.
Right.
So I guess the next question, aside from website, Kickstarter page, you guys have Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, anything like that?
Yeah. We're primarily going off Instagram right now,
Okay.
and Facebook a little bit, and then our website and Kickstarter page. Those are kind of our main spots at this point.
Okay. And we will include the link in the notes to this episode for the Kickstarter page because it's really long to read.
Yeah.
But their website is briooutdoors.com, and obviously Instagram would be Brio Outdoors. So what else is there? Anything that you like, hey man, I want to really get this out there, push this home, give it to us. What else we got besides what we just talked about on the box?
Yeah. Great. Well, I think something I'd love to mention is the future plans here too, and I think it connects once again to the mission.
Okay.
To help people get outside faster and make that decision to go enjoy the outdoors, and simplifying that process. So we're starting with the kitchen box, but over time we're going to expand into other product lines that still combine with this box, whether that be the power box and perhaps have a little generator in it, or the freezer box, or whatever it may be, so that people can experience like full outdoor living, still in comfort, and still in ways that allow for a lot like long-term enjoyment as opposed to just quick camping trips.
Sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so, the box itself has so many uses, whether you're overlanding, what do they call them now? Van-matics?
Oh, yeah.
They're living in a van.
Down by the river.
Yeah, maybe you don't have the money that you have a kitchen built into your van.
Yeah.
This is perfect. Base camps for Western hunters.
Yep. Spike camps.
Yeah. You're fishing up in Alaska, and that's RVs. This will fit in an RV, no problem. And I'm talking like a tag along, not like a driving bus with everything in it.
Tailgating, taking a ball game.
Well, tailgating for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Taking the kids to the beach.
I'll mention. Yeah, that too. I'll mention as well. Even with RVs, and let's talk about the large vans with fully kitted kitchens. I was talking to a bunch of RVers, and it was funny. A lot of people were telling me that they hate using their kitchen.
Yeah,
because then you're like your entire bed stinks of whatever you're.
True story.
Yes,
yeah.
That is true. Yeah.
A lot of people are opting for cooking outdoors anyways.
Yes.
So this is right in line with that too.
Yeah, the cleanup too. You got you're cooking bacon inside, there's grease flying everywhere, and it stinks, and absolutely. I'd rather cook outside for sure.
Yeah, no, and that's that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But so like you said, this box, there's so many avenues to use this. It's lightweight. It's not super bulky or anything to move around. I mean, it's basically the size of a cooler.
Yeah.
So if you can pick up a cooler, you can pick up this box.
Yep.
So you guys are on the right path for sure, and I'm excited to see, where you go, not only with the box, but what else you guys decide to bring out. Because man, I know there's just a lot of guys with hunting camps that don't have kitchens in them. This is perfect,
no doubt.
So
how many guys hunt out of a tent?
Yep.
So, or guys that hunt state land. Right. Mm-hmm. And you you go back to your truck for lunch.
Right.
Instead of eating that, that cold sandwich, you can, pop this open and make a nice hot meal.
Yeah. And that's that's the thing, like base camping, if you're a DIY hunter out in Colorado, Montana, Wyoming, anywhere out there, and you're driving forest roads to go figure out where you're going to camp at, this is the tool that you should have in the pickup bed. Yeah,
no doubt.
And pop it out, set your tent up, put this baby outside, and now you got a kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the future holds for this. I think it's got a lot of potential. So
for sure,
I'm excited.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, we're having a ton of fun with this, and planning you guys know I'm up in Vancouver, Canada. So
Yeah.
planning a road trip through the States and talking to people like yourselves along the way. Would love to meet you. Would love to have you cook a meal on the Brio. And
Yeah, absolutely.
share the recipes with the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it just dawned on me. So that, like right now out here, salmon are just starting to run in upstate New York. So there's a lot of guys, and you brought up, fish cleaning station.
Yeah.
Man, there's like 2 perfect holes that if you got a hold of the 2 outdoor shops that are there, man, they can make a killing.
Yeah.
By using this box to clean fish right there.
Pulaski?
Yeah. Blessed guy. See,
Blessed guy.
Yeah, blessed guy. But yeah, I mean, man, there's just so much you can do with this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah, and that's the other thought as well. Is we'll start to customize it for specific use cases as well. So whether it is
Sweet
fishing or hunting or tailgating, we'll start to lean on people who spend a lot of time doing that and get their feedback and make sure it suits their needs too.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Well, man, if there's anything else that you want to get out there, let's do it. And we're gonna touch on one more subject before we pop out of here for tonight. But anything you want to talk about on anything?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's good in regards to Brio. I'm curious about you guys and your hunting experiences. I checked out the last podcast about the dove and goose season, and it sounds like you had a good weekend last weekend, so I'm eager to hear about that eventually too.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you coming on, Evan, and appreciate, I don't remember who originally reached back out to me when I sent the first email, so I apologize for that.
Yeah,
but
I was calling.
Okay, so I mean, that was perfect. It worked out great. He got me in touch with you. So yeah, we're gonna follow along. We're gonna do whatever we can to help you out.
Yeah.
But
as things evolve and things start to move along, if you have any new updates or anything, some kind of breaking news you want to share, just let us know. We'll get it out there for you.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
But so, ladies and gents, please. Sorry.
Great and kind. I'm just singing your praise here. I just appreciate you guys so much having me on and sharing this journey. Like I said, it's the first product that I'm creating and going to market with like this. So
yeah, I'm
grateful for the time and connection. And yeah, like I said, look forward to meeting you guys from PA sometime.
Okay,
absolutely.
Sounds good.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just tuning in, you missed a great segment, but you'll have to re-listen to it. So we had Evan Sidwell from Brio Outdoors talking about the Brio Kitchen Box. If you guys have not seen it or have not heard of it, check out BrioOutdoors.com. We will include the Kickstarter link to their page, getting ready for their launch, on the notes of this episode, and we'll make some posts on Facebook in case you missed it. And you can check them out on Instagram as well. So, Evan, we appreciate you being on, man. And like I said, reach out.
Actually, I just realized one more thing, guys.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about the cost at all, the price of the
We did not. And I actually asked that question before we started.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So I guess I should let people know that, with the Kickstarter launch, we're doing a 40% discount off our retail price. So it'll be $3.99 on the launch, and our normal retail price is $6.65. So it's a pretty good discount to get the launch out.
Yeah.
And I get this in people's hands. So
nice.
That's
okay.
it.
Can go to the website. Yeah, on the website, people can put $1 down to reserve their box and lock in that.
Oh, cool. That's great.
That's awesome.
Okay. All right, good. All right, well, listen, Evan, thanks a lot. We appreciate it, and best of luck with it. Looking forward to it.
Thank you, guys, for being here. Thanks for having me.
All
Absolutely, Evan. Thanks.
See you.
All right, so guys, that was Evan from Brio Outdoors, and like I said, this box, there's just so many uses for it. So we're going to follow along with Evan and his partners, and, hopefully we can help them out somehow down the road. But they got a heck of a product that they're getting ready to kick off here. So
definitely go to the website and check it out.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
really cool, and Guys are gonna love it, I think.
Yeah. I mean, this is a no-brainer for if you're a serious outdoor person. It's a piece of equipment you want.
And not even just that. Like I said, it's just people that vacation and people, instead of stopping at McDonald's and feeding the kids, pull over, make them some decent food.
And that's the thing. Like, how many people go down to, like, for instance, like Knoebels?
Yeah.
And they rent the space in the picnic area, and then they're eating hoagies out of a cooler.
Right.
Right. This is the same size as a cooler. Take a smaller cooler.
Yep.
Throw some hot dogs, hamburgers, steak, whatever you want.
Yeah. And just even on a road trip, you pull over to a rest stop, pop this thing out of the truck or out of the trunk of your car. And
it does say it fits. It was made to fit in the trunk of any vehicle.
Yes. Well, it's only 24 inches wide, right?
28 closed.
28. Oh, that's right. Closed. It's 28. Yeah. So, you can use it anywhere.
Yeah.
There's a million uses for it. When you really think about it, there's really a million uses for it. So,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And that's a good price they're offering on the Kickstarter. So that's pretty cool to put $1 down, locks you in.
Yeah.
And then once they're ready, you'll get notified.
Yeah. I can't wait to see it. I'm looking forward to that. So
absolutely.
All right, cool.
So we got a little bit of time.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of time. So let's go back to last Sunday. Since we didn't do a podcast.
No, we did. We missed last week.
Yeah. We were busy. So we were down at High Mountain Archery. Yep. We've talked about them numerous times on the show. And High Mountain is a local club with an outdoor 3D range, indoor 20-yard range.
Yeah.
And I think it's like $45 for the year. You get a code to the door. You can basically shoot 24 hours a day if you want, inside.
Yep.
But last weekend they had their first ever Sportsman's Day. And so we had a booth down there for the shop. And High Mountain had their booth. They had a couple food trucks.
Yep.
I had honey waffles. They were good.
I did the the barbecue.
Yeah, well, that was my lunch. I had barbecue for lunch, but I went back and had honey waffles.
Okay.
What did you have? You had
I had the
pork bites.
Pork bites. Yeah.
And I had a biscuit sandwich. Man, it was so good.
Yeah, it really was good.
But you and Glenn went out while I manned the booth and shot the scramble.
Yeah. Yep.
And what place you guys ended up coming in?
Fourth place.
Yeah. Okay.
So we shot what we expected, I think. We dropped a couple in the beginning. It took us a while to get kind of rolling.
Right.
And then we were kind of locked in for a while. I think we shot 6 targets in a row. We shot 11s.
Nice.
And then you showed up.
Yeah.
And
I got blamed for them not shooting 11s anymore.
We were rolling. And then you show up, and that was it.
I walked up to the very first target that I got to that they were at.
Yeah.
And you shot it in the leg, or Glenn shot it in the leg?
It was the first one. I shot it in the leg. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I shot it in the leg. And then, it was just 4 or 5 targets in a row. We just fell apart.
Right.
And,
but seeing that, so it was all judging distance. We couldn't use rangefinder.
Yeah.
And this is not something that Glenn and Doug do on a daily basis.
Yep.
So, fourth is a good deal.
We did pretty well considering, it was unknown. So we were pretty close on our distances.
But that's the good part when you shoot in a team.
Yeah.
You guys, okay, hey, it's 35.
Yeah.
First guy shoots, oh crap. Okay, it ain't 35.
Right.
It gives you in the scramble setup was you were taking the best arrow anyway. So,
right. Yeah.
If the second guy was like, okay, no, that's not the right number. Let's figure this out and then shoot. And you still get a decent score.
That's what we were doing. Like at that one that you're talking about where I shot in the leg, I think we still pulled a 10 on that target.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I shot and my arrow didn't count, took the better score, and that was it. But no, I think there wasn't one target where we were way off on our
no, and that's the thing. I mean, most everybody that was shooting that day in the scramble was using a hunting bow. There was a couple guys with target bows.
Yeah, there was 2 teams, I think.
Yeah. So the difference there is you're getting a lot of speed out of the hunting bow. So unlike my hiccup at IBO, where I was running my target bow and I'm shooting 265 feet a second with a big fat arrow.
Yeah.
You are off a couple of yards. You're off feet at the target.
Yeah.
So with a little bit of speed from the hunting bows, you might be off a yard or two, but you're not dropping, crazy or going high crazy.
Yeah. The toughest one that we were off the most on our range was the bear. We have to shoot across the pond. The pond, yeah. So it's tough when you're shooting across water like that.
Mhm.
There's no reference points.
Right.
You know, you're trying to guess
Yep.
the distance.
And that standing bear is a pain in the ass for
Yeah.
judges. It is.
Yes. So I think I shot it for like 34.
Mm-hmm.
I think Glenn shot for 35. I shot for 34, and it ended up being about 32.
Okay.
So
I was going to say, because you guys said you hit him high, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, that was the only one. But even still, we still scored on it. So
Yeah.
it wasn't we weren't off by 5 yards and completely
Right,
missed the
right.
target. So no, all in all, we did pretty good
Nice.
for two old guys.
And the winners, it was the young girl and her mom.
Was it? I don't know. Honestly,
I thought that's what Glenn
I
told
saw
me.
the score. It was a crazy score. I think they shot
319.
319.
319.
So I didn't see which team actually won that.
All
So
right, now I got to look this up. 'Cause,
Yeah.
So there was Chris Meeker and a partner. Normally, his partner is his daughter, Kaylee, but she had a field hockey accident.
Oh, yeah?
And took a field hockey ball to the face,
oh god,
and her eye was all swelled up
yeah,
and stitches. So the congratulations winner, Amy Backert and Lily Park. So maybe they're not related, and I could be wrong.
yeah.
But yeah, so it was the young girl and what I thought was her mom.
Okay, they killed it.
Yeah. Well, she's a shooter to start with.
Yeah,
The young girl, Lily, I think that's I apologize if you're listening and I messed your names up.
yeah,
But the young girl out of that group is a shooter for sure.
Yeah.
She's shot in numerous competitions and she shoots IBO. So judging for her is
Yeah.
not as difficult.
right.
But yeah. And then we had a couple of guys from the board at the club buy some Numa.
Yep, that's right.
So there was Dennis, John was there, Wally was there. I want to say the other guy's name was Larry. And I apologize. I want to say it was Larry. But yeah, so those guys,
They did a great job.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
Well, it always is. You know that course is awesome.
Mhm.
I've never been there and had a bad shoot. So
No.
they always do a great job.
And they did tell me they changed a lot of the targets out,
Yeah.
which they did.
yeah,
I wish they would have had the bison somewhere.
yes, they haven't set it up yet.
No,
So
no. But caribou, I'll tell you what, I walked down to see you guys, and then when I walked out,
yeah,
I walked back up past target stake 30,
okay,
and the caribou and the panther,
Yes.
the mountain lion that was up on the seesaw.
Yep.
But that caribou, I didn't realize when I walked by it the first time, that son bee was quartering hard.
real hard, real hard. And speaking of that target, so we didn't realize that there were the 3 targets at that
Mhm.
spot. So you shot 2 targets from the one pin,
Mhm.
and then you shot the caribou at another pin that was about 8 yards in front of us.
Right.
Well, we didn't realize that. So we shot at the caribou from the same pin, which, in our head, we knew, okay, max distance is 45.
Right.
And we shot low on that caribou because we shot from the wrong pin.
Mm-hmm.
If we had stepped up to where we're supposed to be, we probably would have smoked it because
Right.
we were right there. Glenn and I had 2 arrows, fletchings touching each other, exactly 6 inches low. So yeah, but that's our fault.
And
We
so
didn't
usually,
realize we had to step up. So
like when I'm looking, so to give you guys an idea of this shot, so you're on the pathway, there's a stake to the left, and that is usually for the teeter-totter.
yeah,
Then normally
you go to the right.
go to the right across, like diagonal in front of you, and there's a pin there, and you're going to shoot 2 targets from that pin. Because the one target should be off to the left of that clear cut.
Yep.
And then they always have something dead ahead of you, which is where the caribou was.
Yeah.
It's usually a bear.
Okay.
But I will tell you this. From target stake number 30
Yeah.
to the seesaw is exactly 50 yards. And
Okay.
the only reason I know this is
Yeah.
because I guesstimated one time and shot at 12
Oh yeah.
from the 30 stake to the seesaw.
Okay.
But yeah, no, so it's an awesome course.
Yeah.
It was the elk that was all the way in the back on 30, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, that was the last shot.
and then they have the bag range there. So you got 2360.
Yep.
And that's always open.
Yeah. No, it's great. I mean, it's a great club.
Yeah.
I wish I was closer.
Yeah. And that's the downfall for us is it's
It's a ride.
45 minutes roughly.
Yeah.
So we get down there when we can, especially during 3D season to practice. But
Yeah.
I know there was a couple people I met. They were from Whitehaven.
Okay.
So it's kind of like
That's right.
over the mountain.
That's in their backyard, basically.
A lot of people from Hazleton,
Yeah.
that area. So that's where it's closest to. It's in Freeland. You get off the Dorrance exit.
Yes.
Yeah, Dorrance exit, make a left, come to the stop sign, make a right,
Yep.
go all the way up to the next stop sign, make another right. And basically puts you on 309. You're going to follow it down a little bit.
Yeah.
You'll hit a traffic light and make a left. And it's aptly on Arrow Road.
Yes. Yeah.
So
It's funny. I had asked them. I think I was speaking to Dennis. Maybe I think it was. Yeah, I think I asked him. I said, "Did they rename this road for you?" And he said, "No. It's always been Arrow Road. It's just coincidence that
right. You have an archery club on Arrow Road.
Yeah. So, but like we said, it's a 45-minute ride, but it's definitely worth the trip.
Oh yeah,
because it's an awesome place, and I've never shot the indoor. I'd like to one day.
Yeah,
I never shot indoors.
They used to hold conference, and they didn't do conference this past year. But if they get back in this year, I'll probably take the ride down there to shoot.
Yeah,
just so they're running the same Vegas series targets that we have in the shop.
Yeah,
but they got it really nice, like wood, like tongue and groove, around them.
Yeah.
So
but it's open,
nice.
And it's open 24/7. So guys that work late, especially this time of year when it gets dark fairly early now. You get home from work, it's dark, you can't shoot. You can run over to the range, put your card in the door, get in.
Yeah, there's just a little code.
Yeah,
it's a little keypad deal.
Yeah, so you can go in anytime you want, whether there's somebody there or not. You have the run of the place. So that's really cool. No, it's a great place, and it's always a great time down there. So,
and then what else? What's that weekend? Why do I feel like there was something else we did?
What'd you do Saturday?
I was at the shop. And the week before, I was at Summer Salute.
Yeah, that was Camp Freedom the week before. I don't know.
I don't remember either.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a son of a bee.
Yeah, it's all a blur. But then middle of the week, like I said earlier, with my voice, I was up at my camp and bush hogging for the last time this year, and I cut maybe probably 6 acres of weeds and crap and brush. So. Yeah, I've neglected it this year, so it's kind of rough.
Right.
I usually hit it twice a year, but I didn't hit it at all this year. So I was sucking down, all the dust because it's been real dry. So dust and dirt and pollen, and so I've been suffering for the last few days. But yeah, that was my trip. It's another couple of tree stands, 2 more tree stands. So I think we got 13 now. So
nice,
plenty of options.
We have 7 to put up here shortly.
Yeah, we do.
And that's the tough part. This time of the year it sucks because there's just so much going on.
Yes, it's tough. Yeah.
But we'll get it figured out. I did see he emailed me back. I didn't just get a chance to read it.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
But other than that, guys, we're going to take off. Next week, we'll talk about some ongoing industry stuff. And then on the 29th, I will be solo, correct?
Yes, I will be down in Virginia at a wedding.
Who gets married this time of year? People got to look at a calendar better.
Well, listen, that's the wedding that is preventing me from traveling to Colorado with Glenn. And if I wasn't going to this wedding, I would probably be with Glenn in Colorado. But nevertheless, I've got to do my husband duties and go to the wedding. That's okay, though. I'm looking forward to it. So,
so I'll be solo that night, and I'm going to have Jared from Flint Ridge Rifles out of Michigan on with me. So looking forward to that. If you don't know about Flint Ridge, check them out. You'll hear plenty more about it on the 29th, but in the meantime, you could do your research. So other than that, we're going to head out of here and enjoy it. You got seasons popping up all over the place right now across the country. So if you're hunting, good luck. Go get them, shoot straight.
Yep.
And we'll talk to you next time.
Yep. See you
later.